What's going on, everybody? I did my project on anxiety. Um, I guess the reason why I chose this is because we all deal with some sort of anxiety, and not all anxiety is bad. It's good to be worried about things and stress over things, but it's where anxiety, call it have problems when you worry about it too much and you start freaking out, and it's affecting how you react to certain things that happens in your everyday life. And I feel like we all have that, and we all do that sometimes. I feel like every person that ever lived have had some sort of anxiety. Whether it's like seriously or severe. Personally, for me, I don't think if I had anxiety, I don't think it would be bad. I mean, I worry about things like school and tests and stuff like that. So, I mean, I think my anxiety is pretty normal. But so in my brochure, I talked about this is my brochure, but in my brochure I talked about what anxiety is and the common causes for anxiety and what tests that if you go get checked out and what tests they perform to determine you have anxiety or um, and I list different types of anxiety. There's multiple different types, and that's just specific to one thing. There's multiple versions of it. Um, I have a quote that I looked up and I liked about anxiety. I feel like this refers to everyone. Then I list some common treatments for this disorder, and just treatments that can help you maintain it or keep it at a low or even possibly get rid of it. Then I list some certain exercises, certain things that people do that helps them with their anxiety. Another like a way of treatment, I guess. And then yeah, that was pretty much what I did for my brochure. I guess I'll just read to it. I define anxiety as someone that's constantly worried about a situation that occurs every day. So, for instance, I'd be like, for me, it'd be like worrying about class that occurs every day. We'll worry about like, oh my gosh, what is the teacher gonna talk about today? Or, oh, we have a test today. What we have, surprise quiz or something. He didn't say nothing about us having a quiz, but what if we do have a quiz? It'd be something like that. Just stressing out, worried about something that may occur, may not happen to occur, just overthinking things pretty much. A person that has suffered from anxiety, their heart rate increases, they have excessive breathing and sweating. They may also feel very tired afterwards. So, worrying about something all day, usually that's anything. If you worry about something all day, you're gonna feel tired. And it's like playing a sport, you played it all day, and you're bound to be tired at the end of it. So, common causes of anxiety or stress is working. If you work a lot, you in the office from sun up to sundown. You're gonna be that could cause anxiety because you're trying to maybe you at work if you have a certain deadline and you're trying to hit it, so you've been putting in a lot of hours. That could cause anxiety. Relationships with family or loved one. Um, I kind of think about this sometimes because I think about this can cause anxiety because what if you and your family or say you have a boyfriend or girlfriend and you haven't been giving them much attention because your mind's somewhere elsewhere. And I kind of thought about that because I have an older brother and I don't talk to him as much as I should, and I always feel like oh I gotta do better. I gotta put in effort to at least at least pick up the phone and talk to him, you know. But so I kind of thought that would be a good one. That's a good one because that's kind of what I deal with a little bit. But death of a loved one, and then trauma event and pregnancy. For pregnancy, obviously for women, I don't know, don't want to. I'm thankful that I'll never experience that, but sorry for women. Test for anxiety, physical exam. Doctors will perform tests. You go to get checked out. They'll perform tests to see if you have any medical conditions that could lead to anxiety. So, the doctors will ask patients to take any if the doctors will ask if the patient takes any medicine, excuse me, because certain medications can lead to anxiety. So another test that you can do yourself instead of going to the doctors is a self assessment. This is recommended before you even go see a doctor. Doing this may determine if you have anxiety or a certain situation cause you to react in a different way than you normally would. The Zung Self-Rating Anxiety Scale is a 20-question assessment. It asks the patient to rate their anxiety in various subjects. So I guess this assessment, the Zung Self-Rating Anxiety Scale, it's like an assessment. You take it and it just lets you know where you're at, if you're at the normal range or maybe you're above the normal range and anything. So, I mean, that's something that someone can definitely take. Honestly, I think that would be very beneficial. Because I think people just like to jump the gun and just go straight into the doctors, and it could be something simple they could do themselves to figure out, like, hey, I actually do have anxiety. So, the different types of anxieties that I listed, like I said, there's multiple. There's a lot. I just listed 3, and that is the general anxiety disorder, or the GAD. It's also known as the GAD. This is an anxiety disorder that is caused by excessive worried and tension, even when nothing has caused the person to worry. So, like I said earlier, a student could be worried about a quiz that a teacher never said, or test that a teacher never said that's going to happen in the next class session. So they could just be worried about something that's not even there. So the other disorder, that I listed was OCD, also known as obsessive compulsive disorder. This is caused by thoughts and ideas and behaviors that keeps occurring. People will do things such as washing their hands and cleaning certain items. They do this because they think it will help them out with the OCD. So, for instance, if I had OCD, I would like clean my room. Probably clean my room multiple times, because I think that would help. But yeah, that's pretty much OCD is. My other disorder is panic disorder. This disorder is caused by unexpected and repetitive episodes of intense fear that may cause chest pain, shortness of breath, and dizziness. So those are my diseases that I listed on here. And the treatment for anxiety is cognitive therapy. In this therapy, they help you understand what's going on, and they help you change your thinking, how you behave. They encourage you to write down your thoughts and your ideas that develop in your head, and they just come up with ways to help you cope with the disorder, help you deal with it, and help you, just think and just act very differently, not to act a certain way that you've been used to acting. Another therapy session is exposure therapy, and this is where they will put you in a safe environment, and it will expose you to that fear, that thing that's making you so afraid. And the goal of this therapy is to help you get rid of the fear. I think that would be I feel like that's great, but at the same time, it's like starting off, that would be terrible, because obviously, you're still afraid of it. But I feel like that's probably one of the greatest way of getting rid of someone's fear is to expose them to that fear. It's like, if you're afraid of swimming, what do? You throw kid. If you have a son, like you're afraid of swimming, you throw your son in the pool, to help them get rid of that fear. That's what my best friend back in Illinois, that's what his dad did. He was so afraid of swimming, didn't want to ever get in the water, and then their family would take trips to the beaches all the time, and he would never get in the water. So one time his dad just picked him up and threw him in the water and tell him just to come, do your best, and don't focus about swimming, just focus on just coming to me. And that's what he did. And after that, he will always want to go swimming. So at first it's a terrible idea because, they're still afraid and they're gonna freak out, but once it's over, they're gonna say, hey, that wasn't that bad. So another treatment idea is exercising. Exercising can help patients that are suffering from anxiety. Doing exercising allows them to clear their mind and focus on something else, and also it encourages them. And encouragement can go a long way. It boosts their confidence, and that goes a long way. And so, just being able to get that off their mind and think about something else could just be so beneficial to them. So I would obviously recommend this for anybody that's suffering from anxiety. Examples of exercises, it don't have to be lifting weights. I mean, you can lift weights, but it doesn't just, when people think of exercise, they think of just lifting weights, So, but exercise can be lifting weights, running, biking, playing a sport such as basketball, and swimming. So those can be, there's multiple ways of exercising. Just taking a minute and doing some deep breathing exercises, that's exercise. A lot of people don't think that is, but it truly is. So you don't have to think of just exercising as lifting weights. There's multiple versions of exercising. The quote that I had, that I found was, it states that there is only one way to happiness, and that is to cease worrying about things which are beyond the power of our will. And I feel like that's a good quote because that's what everyone does, Everyone that's human that does that. Everyone worries about things that they can't control. And I feel like that's something that we need to stop doing. We just gotta worry about what we can control. And the only thing we can control is our life. We can't control someone else's life, can't control parents or brothers or our boyfriends or girlfriends' life. We can't. We can help them, we can advise them, give them advice, but and all that's their choice, and we just have to worry about our own self at that time. So yeah, that is my project. Again, I did anxiety because I feel like that's something that we all go through, and it's good to talk about. It's not, I know a lot of people are shy about talking about what their anxiety and their fears and what they can't control, but I'm not that guy. I can talk about it, but yeah. So hope everyone has a good day. Hope all y'all do well in your projects. See you later.